White people are sick of our stuff. They are sick of being called racist, and now they are fighting back, even though the woman that this man is defending clearly said, hey, I'm a racist and you are an N-word. By now, you guys already seen the infamous viral video of the racist Cinnabon worker who got into an argument with a Somalian couple. And just in case you don't know who I'm talking about, I am talking about this lovely woman that you guys see on your screen. Well, a number of white people have come out in defense of her, including NewsMaxTV host Dennis Michael Lynch. And we're going to listen to what he has to say, and I'm going to give my commentary throughout.
People are tired of it, frustrated. I'm talking about white people just being totally, I'm done. I'm saying what's on my mind. White people in this country have been pressured and guilted and lied about to an extreme that is best seen on a Cinnabon video. We'll get to that in a second. But think about how many times you've heard that as a white person, you are privileged, you have white privilege, and that you're a racist, and that you're a nationalist.
Well, white man, stop being racist, then we will stop calling you racist. I don't understand. White people commit racist acts and say racist things, and then when you call them racist, they have a problem with it. They flip out. It's like you are literally exhibiting the behaviors that we are associating with you. You're being a racist. Anyway, let him continue.
And that you're a Nazi. You know, you can only take that language so many times until you sit and say, I'm going to fight back. There's only so many times you could be punched in the face until you put up a defense, and that defense is a hard offense.
Well, based on your analogy, sir, white people have started to fight, so you cannot get mad when people start punching on you guys. White people literally started to fight. What do you mean? You guys started the whole race war. You guys started when it comes to everything racial, you guys started it. You. It might not be you specifically, but people who look like you started this whole race stuff. You guys did it. Don't cry now.
Let me take you to the Cinnabon video in case you haven't seen it. Imagine a 30-something blonde-year-old female. She's working behind the counter at Cinnabon, probably making minimum wage, if not, a few trickles over it, going in there, dealing with customers, probably half of them a pain in the ass, but she still goes, and she proudly goes. There's videos of this girl showing the different buns she's making, you know, in a very kind of smiley way, and trying to promote where she is that she works. Well, these two Somalis come into Cinnabon, and allegedly, apparently, we don't know this is what is being told because we don't see it on video. Apparently, the Somalis gave this girl in Wisconsin a hard time that she didn't have a high job on to serve the Somalis.
Now, in my opinion, real quick, if that is true, them Somalis are dead wrong. You people cannot come over to this country and expect the people of this country to behave like the people of your country. If you want people to behave like the people of your country, go back to where you come from, motherfucker.
So the Somalis probably got into some kind of verbal fight with this woman, still at the point of where it's pretty low. And they decide they're going to film her. And she gets pissed. She says, "You're filming me?" And they said, "Yeah, we're filming you. You're a horrible person." And that's when she loses it. She gives him the middle fingers. She says, "You are," and she calls him the N-word. She says, "Get the hell out of my place. Screw you. Yeah, all right, I'm a racist. I'll tell the world I'm a racist." And she sort of loses it because she's had enough. She's been pushed. She's trying to just get through the day.
Dude, you are talking like you know this woman personally. He is killing me. This dude is literally trying to justify this woman's racism by saying these people gave her a hard time at work. Everybody who works retail have to deal with asshole customers. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that. The woman was just looking for an excuse to exhibit her racism. That's all that was. Be honest. listen, if the woman wasn't racist, there's nothing that those Somalis could have did or could have said to her that would have warranted her for her to be like, you're an N-word and I'm a racist. I am a proud racist. She was just using that argument with the Somalis as an excuse to flex her and her KKK muscles. Don't want to hear it.
Make money to try to go home and pay the bills, which are just so much money for everybody at this point. And then when you hear that the Somalians are stealing our money and sending it back to Somalia to support freaking terrorism, and then Somalians telling you how horrible it is that your country is, people are fed up. She's fed up. So what happens? Cinnabon fires her, and as a result of that, I will never eat at a Cinnabon ever again. It's garbage for you anyway.
Shout out to Cinnabon for firing that racist.
And so what happens is people, they say, you know what? We're supporting this woman. Right now, she has $100,000 raised for her online.
All she did was just further expose the fact that there's a lot of racists in this country. They see her be racist was like, she's speaking my language.
Triple probably of what she makes in a year at Cinnabon. And what it is, it's an indication. It's not people putting money towards, hey, I like the fact that you said the N-word.
Yes, it is.
What it is, it's people saying we're frustrated. We're tired of all the things I said in the beginning, of being called a racist and saying that you have privilege. Where's the privilege of working for minimum wage at a Cinnabon? Where's the privilege of that? Where's the privilege of being filmed and being taunted? There is none. It's very simple what we want as Americans. It's not a hard concept. We've been taking in too many people for way too long. It's been decades and decades and decades of mass immigration, both legal and illegal. We've had to turn a blind eye to this. We've had to pretend like we want to deal with people who don't speak English. We've had to pretend like we've got to deal with the fact that when you walk into the emergency room, you look at people who look like they're from the third world, and you got to wait in line on something that you should be at the front of the line for.
Sounds like privilege to me. Sounds like entitlement, in my opinion.
We're tired of going into our classrooms with our kid in the beginning of the school year and be like, where did all these people come from? And why do you need 4 extra teachers to be teaching these kids? Oh, because they need ESL? We're tired of the cost. We're tired of it all. We're tired of our jobs being taken. We're tired of...
Are you talking about the same jobs that Americans don't want to do anyway? Are you talking about the same jobs that these companies hire illegals for because they want to save money on cheap labor? Which jobs are you talking about, sir?
Of hearing that you can't get a job because you don't speak Spanish. That's it. This is our country.
I don't believe that's ever happened. I've never heard nobody being turned away from a job, especially a white person, because they cannot speak Spanish. If you don't stop lying.
If you don't like it, get out. If you don't want to mesh with us and speak the language and enjoy the culture and embrace God, get out.
I honestly agree with him here. I totally agree with him here. If you don't want to come to America to assimilate into American culture, get out. I agree. I'm not mad at this at all.
We're tired of it. And if the politicians in D.C. don't get it, well, guess what's going to happen? You're just going to get voted out. Even the ones who are most beloved, people are catching on. They're catching on, and they're getting really pissed off when we see some of our top people over there kissing ass at the Qataris or kissing ass to the Somalis. We don't need these people. They need us. When are everybody going to wake up? We're number one. We don't need to punch down. They need to beg up. Hope you share this video, and if I'm new to you, give me a like. You won't be disappointed. And as far as the woman at Cinnabon, good for you for standing up for yourself.
Anyway, let me know what you guys think about what he had to say. All I heard was him just defending this woman because he's a racist and she a racist. Now, the reason why I'm saying that he's a racist is because I didn't hear him condemn at all none of the racial epithet that that woman sent at them Somalis. Right? Now, if those Somalis went in there and started a conflict with that woman, then F them. They are the POSs for sure. They're definitely POSs. But that doesn't excuse the racism that came out of that woman's mouth. I don't want to hear, we're so frustrated. White people want to be oppressed so goddamn bad. You guys are literally in charge of everything. Everybody at the top looks like you. You guys make the rules. You guys have all the roles. I don't understand this oppression stick that you guys be trying to run. It just doesn't make sense to me.